Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we're jumping back into my zodiac series here, and today we're going to be talking about Sagittarius, or messages in regards to Sagittarius. So I want you to look at your natal chart, preferably in the whole sign system, so you know exactly what house Sagittarius is ruling in your natal chart, because that is where these messages are going to best apply. But with Sagittarius, the Voyager, this is referring to enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback, unbridled, experimental, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteous. It's also the natural ruler of the ninth house, which has to do with your higher education, traveling, foreign affairs, as well as religious and philosophical ideas and beliefs. So again, apply all that information to wherever it is in your natal chart, whether that's your first or second house. It's going to, flavor that house because it has Sagittarius ruling it. So we're going to look at the messages and see how they might help you in looking more in your natal chart in those areas. So especially right now, whenever you're reading, or watching this video. But we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, for those who chose pile 1 here, again, if you did not listen to the beginning of the video, you will not understand how to use this reading. So make sure you go back and you read it. But again, we're referring to Sagittarius here. So we're going to move that over to the side along with your crystal. And we're going to look at what your cards are and what the situation might be. So first of all, we have the Star card. We have the Knave of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. So already with these cards, especially with the Hierophant being there, so this is like, well, and the Star. So this is a completely revitalization, I feel like, of your life. I feel like you are in a new stage where you're still learning, you're learning your skills, you're growing them, you're in the beginning of something new. And it has to do with maybe changing your ideas about, the powers that be. Maybe you're changing your religious beliefs, or again, certain dogmas that you once believed in are now changing. You're in a new stage where it's like dreams can come true with the Star here. Massive healing and rejuvenation is definitely here for you, but it is going to require you to take baby steps. You're still learning how to go about navigating this new world for yourself. There's definitely people who are going to be of a higher position than you, who are going to be like telling you the way things are, or how to work this new landscape that you're now in. So let's see what else we have. We also have Emu. With this is a good time to go on a new adventure. So yes, a lot of you, this may not go as far as like the physical sense, although for some of you, you might literally be traveling. It could be for the purposes of education, or something to do with your career, but in a sense of like almost like a mission. It's not necessarily like a monetary, like I'm not getting the sense of necessarily strongly like, oh, you're doing this for a monetary reason. It's more for like an educational purposes, or spreading a message, or learning a new skill, or something like that. Again, if we are talking in the physical sense, but this could be more so like in a spiritual or mental sense. You are going and you're starting this, again, new process. We also have wisdom here. Yes, there's a lot about gaining new wisdom, learning new ways of doing things, and especially from people who are higher up than you, who have already experienced a lot. We also have cleaning house, which was in the upright position. So yeah, again, you're sweeping out the old to make room for the new. This is definitely spring cleaning vibes. We also have support. So people come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, and then they move on, while others return, often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So yes, this is a time frame where there's, again, new wisdom coming in for you. Again, whether this person will be a long-term, like a long-term mentor, or a short-term one, you're going to learn so much. And this is like, again, the start of a whole new chapter for you. And it should be something you're very excited about, regardless of what your age may be. You're learning something. Again, you're learning new information that's really firing you up to, like, again, clean house, throw away things that are no longer serving you because you want to make room for all of this new good stuff coming for you. So now we're going to look a little bit more deeply into the cards we have here. We're going to start with the cleaning house one. Time to clear the clutter to make way for better things. When you see the cleaning house card in a reading, it's time to declutter your life. Get rid of unwanted things in your physical home and release what you no longer want or truly need. Is there any unfinished business you should address? Thoughts, memories, and emotional baggage must be swept out of your house as well. Your conscience must be clear for you to move freely into the world. Celebrate a spring cleaning and feel the freedom as you make way for much better things. Look at what you've resisted discarding and be honest about its value. Be honest, clean house. So I know a lot of people know that, oh, you know, if you're going through your items and you ask yourself, like, oh, does this spark joy? I forget who, the woman who like coined that whole thing. I can't remember her name right now. But I saw a different version of that on the internet of somebody being like, would I keep this and go through the trouble of cleaning it if it had shit on it? I think that's it. In a way, that's almost better because it's like, if this had poop on it, would I keep it? Would I go through the effort of like taking care of it and cleaning it? Like that, I think that's definitely, it's like a harsher way of thinking about it. But I feel like that could be very beneficial for you guys. If like, you know what, if this set of clothes, if it had poop all over it, like, would I take the time to clean it? Like, would I really? I don't know. I feel like it's a humorous way of like looking at that whole question. So let's also look at our wisdom card here. So this card is talking about things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project, yet beneath the surface, things are happening. Or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is letting you know that even though the surface of your life might be a bit rocky or wobbly, in a deeper place, all is well and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may seem challenging will later be revealed to have been beneficial. Exactly. So, and I feel like for the most part, a lot of you are coming out of that cycle where it's like, okay, things didn't seem good. They seem stormy. It's like, again, there's support. There's people coming into your life that are here to help you through that. And I think you're coming to a point of realization, especially with the star card being there, of like, okay, like I know now what have been the blockages, what is like in my way, and I can move past that now to look at this whole new beginning. Again, it might even be like a new religious awakening of some sort, something along those lines. Lastly, we're going to look at the Emu card. So your sense of adventure is calling you. Can you hear it? Listen to your heart of hearts, the still small voice that whispers to you of holy and exotic places and of the pleasure in discovering the unfamiliar and novel, feeling confident and trusting in your instincts and intuition to guide you on your journey. Let this be a wandering pilgrimage, one where you can be appreciative of whatever circumstances you encounter and make the best of them. Have some idea of where and what you'll be doing, but don't be attached to the plan. Instead, be willing to adjust your itinerary as you are so guided. Dismiss the voices that say, yeah, sounds good, but I can't do that, because this kind of thinking not only limits you by always keeping you in the illusion of comfort and safety, but also leads you to avoiding the real life drama that comes from stretching your comfort zone. You need not do so in a way that puts you in any real danger, as there are many options where risk is minimal, yet the thrill and excitement of exploration is still there. So heed the calling and first believe that it is possible for you to act on it. And don't wait too long. Life is too short. So associations with this card are completion, freedom, innocence, action, attentiveness, roaming, wanderlust, adventure, pilgrimage, restlessness, protectiveness, exploration, lightheartedness, and playfulness. So I definitely feel like for you guys, what the Sagittarius energy is telling you, and again, wherever it is in your natal chart, this is especially where it applies. Like, you need to stretch out of your comfort zone and go on an adventure. And it may not even necessarily have to be like a physical, traveling or situation. Yeah, because it's like, again, you also have the support card. So I feel like if you move out of your comfort zone, that is when you're going to actually meet the people who are there to really help you with the situation that you may be wondering about. So with that support card, we bring you this card because we understand how much support you're in need of at this precise time. Take a good look around you and ask yourself, are the people in my life supporting me and encouraging me to learn and grow? Every relationship is about giving and receiving. There should always be an even exchange of energy, one of give and take. If you're feeling drained, it's a clear indication that you're not in alignment with someone or even a group. Surround yourself with those who will help you in all that you can be. Everyone needs a support. We're here for you, encouraging you to reach out and find like-minded souls, a support group, or an awareness class to share your goals, aspirations, and spiritual experiences. By doing so, others will learn from you at the same time. Find the support you need, and you will see how your soul will soar. Which, again, goes back into being a young new member to some new group, because it's like whatever you've been attached to right now just isn't in alignment with your beliefs or who you are growing into now. And a lot of you who picked this pile, it definitely has something to do with like religious or fundamental beliefs in your life. That is definitely shifting and changing, and you're going to be seeking out people who better align with that. But you might have a little bit of hesitation because you're a little bit afraid to like break away from what is comfortable and what you know. But you need to allow yourself to do, because deep down inside, you know where you'll find that serenity and where that peace and where that will lead you. So again, the first step here for you guys is cleaning house, which may not just encompass your physical materials, but even the relationships and, again, the people you have in your life. You might need to clear a lot of that out. And then you need to go somewhere. You need to, in a way, travel, whether that's mentally or physically, to a new place in a new situation. Give yourself access to new materials, new knowledge that is going to spark something and, again, change your mind about something. And help you to move in. And through that process, people and helpful messages, maybe even like this reading, are going to come to assist you in that way. Whew. Okay, so with that said, that's everything I'm seeing for this card. I hope that this resonated, that you found it helpful. Definitely let me know, like, what are you changing? Like, what ideas or beliefs or maybe travel are you taking? Because it's going to be interesting to see what you all are up to. But thank you again for watching. Definitely also let me know what you would like to see next as far as videos from me. I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. And remember to check out all the links down below, especially to the book that I did the book cover for, because your support on that is support for me. And you also get a fun, spicy story to read in the process. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those who picked pile 2 here, again, if you did not listen to the beginning of the video, I highly encourage you to go back so you understand what this reading is all about. Again, we're talking about Sagittarius. And so we're going to jump into your reading and see what the cards have to say. So we have the 2 of Wands. We have the 4 of Wands. And we have the 7 of Pentacles. So just off this vibe, obviously we have a lot of fire energy here with both the wands being present. So this is about your spirituality, what lights you up in life. And then we have the pentacles, which is the earth and the material realm. What I'm feeling here is, I don't know, I'm just getting the strong sense of like young family. Again, with the 4 of Wands, that usually talks about celebrations, graduations, weddings, like markers of joinings and celebrations and whatnot. But I don't know, I feel like that might have been something that recently happened, or again, you just reached a milestone of like, oh yeah, like I did this thing, but now it's like, even though you've hit this milestone, it's like you're still waiting to reap the rewards of what you're looking for. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision about something. You're looking out to that horizon into the future, and you're trying to like figure out what is out there for me, like what is coming next. Like I'm trying to build this life, or maybe again you don't have this yet, this like the 4 of Wands energy yet, and you're like, I really want that. How do I get to that point? And it's going to take more patience. You're still in this stage of you're working on building this successful life for yourself, or whatever, however it may be, whether it's you're a single person, you want to stay a single person, your career is your baby, or some of you are single mothers and you're like, I'm trying to figure out how to make the best life for my child, or you just joined in a new marriage with somebody and you're like trying for a child, like whatever. There's this sense of like you've gotten one thing, but now you're trying to figure out like what comes next. Where do I move from here? And like, how do I keep building upon like this as like stepping stones? So you guys also got Shark here with trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. We also have potential. We have potential and we got blessings. So you got two cards here. So potential and blessings. There's a lot of potential here for the good to come around. And it's like the good is coming for you, but you have to be discerning about where it is you're moving towards, okay? Because it's like there's a sense of not being quite sure what you're seeing on that horizon. We also have into the unknown in the reverse. So I'm curious to know what that is having to say. There is reversals in this particular deck. You guys also got double cards here. You have intuitive nudges, again, trusting your intuition, and we have cleanse. So intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. And with cleanse, it says your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing. So getting out of your own way here. So let's dive a little bit more into these messages. We're going to talk about into the unknown in the reverse. Trust and all will be revealed. Again, here's that emphasis on trusting the process, trusting your intuition about where you're headed. I feel like a lot of you feel like you need this clear-cut path before you, but that's just not what is in the cards for you right now. You need to have a little faith and, just continue to move forward and work on your plans. So with this card in the reverse, it says inexperience plus overconfidence can lead you into a dangerous situation for which you're unprepared. Always remember that wisdom comes from experience. Keep an open mind and enter this part of your journey with alert eyes. Don't assume you know the territory. You may not recognize what is hidden by camouflage. This is not the time for careless adventures. So yeah, that echoes back into trusting your intuitive nudges and also combining that with what you already know, like, again, your stepping stones of where you've already come from, what you've already built up, like from your experience and from your knowledge, to know where the potential is in this coming situation. And like, again, trusting your inner knowing to lead you in the right direction without stepping into something that's dangerous. Which is part of why I think the cleansing card is so important here, because in order to get your intuition at its healthiest, you need to focus a little bit more on your body and clear away any of the clutter that might be, attached to you physically, emotionally, or spiritually, so that you can see clearly, that horizon. So let's also look at the Shark card. So the Shark says, your instinctual self is that aspect of you that sends signals to your brain directly from your body. It is what's responsible for your survival, particularly when you're in a life-threatening situation and must avoid danger by fighting, fleeing, or remaining still and quiet. Your instinct dictates which choice most likely ensures your perpetuation, yes. It's much more primal than intellect, and it's what connects humans with other animals. The trust for your instinctual signals can be modified and distorted by conditioning, especially childhood conditioning. When you were repeatedly told to distrust what your body is telling you, or you face life-threatening situations with no escape, this exquisite survival mechanism becomes clouded at the least and completely suppressed at the extreme. It is replaced by either a generalized fear and agitation that gets projected onto relatively benign situations, or else a psychic numbness that antithesis and the senses and severely limits your body's ability to process environmental cues for danger. This sensory numbness also limits your ability to fully experience pleasure. Take the time to tune into your gut feelings using slow, deep breathing as an access code. Listen with all of your senses to discern what your body is telling you, and use your intellect to interpret whether it's a conditioned reaction or an instinctual response. With practice, you'll refine your perceptual capabilities so that you can completely trust what you feel. So the associations with that card are confidence, secrets, protection, respect, survival, authority, focus, action, unpredictability, ancestors, shapeshifting, solitude, endurance, assertiveness, and divinity. So obviously part of there might even be like some generational trauma that you might need to work through and clear out. Especially, I feel like before you take a step like I want a child, you need to first address what you might be holding on to conditionally from your childhood, as well as what potentially has carried on through ancestors. There is truth to like generational trauma where, I mean, they've done studies on people who, their great grandparents experienced some really harsh shit in life. And those trauma responses have carried on into their next offspring, which, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because it's like that is going back to that animal instinct where that has been programmed into the genetics of your family line, because as a way of like, hey, this is how you need to survive. So I'm going to impart this instinct onto the next generation so they can survive. And, unfortunately, that is a reality. And what is that? I don't know if you guys can hear that sound. That's sounded like a motorcycle, and that's not a great idea because it's totally snowing outside right now. Anyway, so that's the point. There's definitely a need here to fine tune and get back into your body so that you can take advantage of all the pleasures and the blessings that life can bring you. So next up, we're going to look at the Sacred Destiny cards here. So we're going to start with blessings, which is saying immense blessings are emerging into your life from those in spirit. Angels, guides, and spirit guardians are watching over you. Angelic intervention is available to you. Be open to the voice of the divine. Messages are all around you. You are protected. You are safe. Have faith that your path is guided. Watch for signs that spiritual beings are present. Profound healing energy is flowing to you in wondrous ways. Refreshing, replenishing energy is filling your life. So definitely pay attention to, I feel like, the color blue, yellow birds, as well as like maybe the symbol of the shark, because that's going to be like a little nudge from your guides that, hey, you're okay. So obviously, again, that goes back into like what I was talking about, the fear, the instinctual fear of something like is out to get you, that you can't be safe or something. So it's like, obviously this is like a sign that that is not the case anymore, and you're okay. You're moving into a position in a place where you will be okay, but you have to have a little faith that you are moving in that direction. So we got potential. This card appears when you're ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is the time to activate those gifts that you have had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It also means that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Again, another card kind of hinting to this fact like, hey, there might be a little bit of shadow work that you need to do, some things from your past or even within your family line that needs to be addressed before you can move on to this next, phase of your life. So we're going to look at cleanse a little bit more deeply just to see what other uh, things it has to tell you. So Spirit is reaching out with this card to help you cleanse and detoxify your body, mind, and soul. Highly recommend you look into things like dandelion roots. That is a great detoxifying herb that you can drink, especially if you like if you're addicted to coffee or something. It can have a kind of coffee-like, it's not exact, but it does have kind of a similarity to coffee in the way that you can like brew it and the taste of it. So that might be really beneficial for you guys to help you with like literally detoxifying your body. There's other herbs that are helpful, but again, do your own research. Make sure they don't interact negatively to, say, if you're on any medications or you have any other health issues. Again, you just need to do your research and, you know, use these things responsibly. Ask a doctor if need be, you know, ask a professional if need be. Exactly. So also, this is a good sign for you guys to get active. Work on your body more. And it doesn't need to be things extreme. You don't need to go become like a power lifter or anything, but, you know, daily walks out in nature, maybe taking a swim class or a yoga, Pilates. Like, it doesn't need to be hardcore on your body. But consider things like that to help you. Another way to physically detoxify, but that also helps you mentally because it, you know, draws up different hormones. It activates certain things that help to make you feel better emotionally as well as mentally. So anyway, back to the card. Spiritual cleansing is an excellent way of extracting destructive emotions that, if left untreated, can cause depression, anxiety, and even addiction. This card is proof that you can take time out from your busy life to cleanse. Make a pact with yourself to commit to rejuvenating your mind by practicing positive affirmations every day. One by one, you'll purge the negative thoughts, which will allow you to return to a state of balance and harmony. Drink more water during this time and cleanse your body by reducing toxins such as alcohol, caffeine, nicotine, sugar, and other substances. Take long salt baths and get out into nature so you can breathe in fresh, clean air. Allow the natural world to infuse your spirit with its healing properties as you cleanse and rebalance. You are a spiritual being as well as a physical being. Please honor both. Exactly. You can't be all in one or the other. You need to have balance so your whole ecosystem is healthy and working right. And that's also going to help you with exactly this next one, the intuitive nudges, because it's like if any part of your body, whether mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever, is out of whack, it's going to impact how you can tap into the divine and the, you know, the wider world around you. So intuitive nudges. This card comes forth at this time because we are here in the spirit world, hear your request for an answer. We ask you not only to seek guidance from us, but also to listen to your natural intuition that is sending you nudges. The answer is already waiting for you. You were born intuitive. Everyone is. As life has a way of adding ever increasing layers and years of responsibility to your physical world, it's often hard to peel back those layers so you can feel, sense, and know when an answer arrives. We ask you to trust and embrace what you're physically feeling as your body works in partnership with your intuition. Be aware of your dreams, synchronicity, signs, books that may come to you, people entering your life, or even numbers that keep reappearing. These are intuitive nudges. Once you learn to trust your intuition, you will see yourself in the world in a way you never thought possible. So I strongly feel your body is heavily sending you signals and signs of like, hey, something is wrong. It's important for you to recognize that. In fact, it wouldn't be surprised because it has happened where deep-seated emotional traumas or conditionings from your past, again, in your childhood, past experiences, or even like generationally, can manifest as physical ailments in your body that are affecting you, your day-to-day quality of life. Like there is a lot of truth to that. Stress is the worst. Okay, man. Like stress, there is no downplaying how much stress can affect your health physically. So if you have stress or you're holding on to negativity or you're somebody who you think too negatively or you speak too negatively, like it will build up over time and become physical manifestations of issues. So do yourself a favor and listen and tap into your body and figure out what is it you need to work on a little bit more so that you can, realign to that, your true horizon to find the happiness and everything that you deserve. So it's like, you got to put in the work, get the cogwheels rolling here to figure out what is the issue. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for this reading. So if this resonated, let me know. Remember to check out all my links down in the description, especially to the book that I did the book cover for, because that is something, a way to not only support me, but the author. We really appreciate if if you pick up a copy of the book, leave a review on Amazon, get the word out, especially if you like adult urban fantasy. This is going to be the read for you. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for those who picked the third and final pile for this reading, if you did not listen to the beginning of the video, I highly recommend you go back and listen to it so you understand what this reading is all about. Again, we're talking about Sagittarius energy, and I explained that more at the beginning of the video. But we're going to jump into your cards and see what messages are coming up for you. Again, apply these to Sagittarius in your natal chart. If you don't understand that, listen to the beginning of the video. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. Wow. And we have the Nine of Wands. So already there's a couple things that I'm feeling off this. So one, this could represent like a power couple situation where it's like you guys need to defend your happiness and your position. But I feel like that only really applies to like a small amount of you. Overall, I feel like this is representing you as a person, where it's like you need to take charge and you need to defend your borders and your happiness. And that doesn't mean you have to be like mean about it. There's a need here to encompass both really beautiful, like strong feminine energy, as well as that, commanding masculine energy, understanding where you need to ask for help and assistance. But really, this is, I get the sense of defending your happiness and your borders, especially because the Queen of Pentacles is this all-encompassing figure of both, like, she has control over her career. It is good, it is solid, as well as like her home life. Like, her home life is beautiful. It's something that she has nurtured completely. She's very generous, but she's not a pushover. But she's generous and she's very welcoming to people. But there's a sense here of making sure that you lay down the law if somebody is trying to push your buttons too hard. So let's see what else. We also got the Tiger. Haha. You're being called upon to provide leadership. So trust that you're capable of doing so. So yes, other people might be asking for your input, for your leadership, for you to give direction. And so you need to have the confidence that you can do that. And especially in a way that's not over domineering. Like, I feel like you're very worried about people thinking you're either too harsh or too soft. Like, you can find a perfect balance of this. We also have the Gateway. We have the Mountain in reverse, as well as Spirit of Place in reverse. So that's interesting. We'll get more into that. And we also have the card Seek. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. So, I don't know. I just keep going back to that, defending your borders, defending your peace, defending your tribe, your people. Like, you're guarding that gateway because it's like that gateway is important to you. But there's some struggles here. Let's get more into the cards, shall we? So start off with that Gateway card. Let's see. So where did it go? There we go. The Enchanted Valley. Magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It is now much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening, and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to the hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. Exactly. So this is recognizing the spirit and the magic in every little thing, but also it's another push to, take action. And it doesn't have to be some giant big thing, but a little bit of action, a little bit of leadership will do a lot for you in the long run. So let's also look at the tiger. So this card is talking about being an effective and compassionate leader requires that you know the art of balancing yin and yang. What was I already saying? The need to balance the masculine and the feminine here. Discerning when to advance and when to yield, and pay attention to the subtleties and the flow of the group process while simultaneously staying attuned to your own intuitive voice, whether your role as leader applies to your family, friends, employees, or a nation. You must listen to those around you and respond to their needs with strength and compassion. And when you deem it necessary, you need to follow your own sensibilities, even though others may disagree with you. To the best of your ability, make your decisions based on what you determine to be for the greatest good rather than catering to self-serving needs. Fear and doubt may arise at times, but don't let them deter you from your purpose. The best leaders aren't perfect, but they're willing to take calculated risks based on their own convictions and passionate desire to do the right thing. On occasion, you may stumble or even fall, but don't let that impede the acceptance of the leadership you're being called to provide. Others are looking to you for guidance. Don't let it go to your head, but do let it go to your heart. So the associations with this card are sensuality, passion, independence, confidence, clairvoyance, mysticism, intuition, power, agility, gracefulness, loyalty, intensity, devotion, focus, patience, stealth, healing, vitality, regeneration, adventure, challenge, tactility, and sexuality. So yes, I mean, that already just kind of reiterates what I was initially feeling up the cards of, like, again, balancing the male and the masculine. And again, you can be a compassionate leader, but you can still be a strong leader. Showing kindness and compassion is not a weakness in a leader. It is a strength because you can empathize, a little bit better with the people that you might be leading who are asking for your guidance. But you trust your own intuitive hits as well of, like, you know what, maybe something is overstepping the boundary and I need to, say what's up. So now let's address the elephants in the room here, which are these reverse cards, and see what is going on. So we're going to start with this one, the spirit of a place. So authenticity is the essence of power. So in the reverse, don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Trust your intuition. The spirit of place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth, first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. Ooh. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not what you want it to be. An apple cannot become an orange, just as a dog can never be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are will you find the real treasure. Fascinating. So, I feel like stop trying to push the situation. Just kind of like hold back, hold your fort, and just wait for things to kind of play out, because something ain't right in the water. And you need to allow things to play out and not try to like force it. And then we have card 6, which is the mountain. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. So in the reverse, it's saying there is an obstacle to your inquiry. This is not the time to move forward. Wait a while, be patient, and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't in your highest good. Don't try to climb too high to grasp the prize that seems out of reach, because it is, for now. If you exceed your limits, you'll find yourself tumbling down and you'll get hurt. Remain open to new possibility rather than stubbornly forging ahead. Oh, and that's it. That's got to say. So yeah, exactly. Which just kind of reiterating that, like, hold off. Don't push the mountain. Just kind of wait and see how spirit lets things flow. So now, speaking of that, let's look at this, our last message here, the Seek one. So the spirit world is sending you this card because we feel you may be forgetting that you are a multidimensional being. So we want to remind you that you are a spiritual being as well as a physical being. Now is the time to stop seeing everything on a limited physical level and to seek out the spiritual in all things. Learn to see from your heart and soul. Seek out the spiritual beauty in all things as well as in the people around you. If you're having difficulty understanding someone, try looking beyond what you're seeing in front of you. Layer upon layer of life issues may be disguising the goodness that's inside that person, making him or her seem mean, resentful, or spiteful. Equally, some individuals may appear aloof or distant, which is a form of protective armor often due to past hurts. It may be hard at first, but know that a divine spirit exists within those people. Pray that the goodness in you honors the goodness in them, and that the goodness in them honors the goodness in you. So interesting. So obviously there's a need here to kind of look beyond what's happening. So again, I just get the sense of something is like triggering your armor and your walls, and you're like, you're conflicted about how to react to it. You don't know if you want to take action to be like aggressive back, or you want to be compassionate and just kind of like recede or whatnot. The answer here is to just kind of stay in the middle path and just watch for things to play out, because answers are going to be revealed. And also, again, look at, maybe if it's an individual, question what is the bigger reason why something is causing them to do this. Because it might just help you to understand how to better react to the situation, I feel like. So very interesting. I hope that this reading resonated what was that word? Resonated in some way. Definitely do comment down below to tell me, what you would like to see next, as far as video topics or whatnot. And remember to check out all the links down in the description, especially to the book that I did the book cover for, because by looking at that, purchasing, reading it, leaving a review on Amazon, you are helping to directly support me, as well as obviously the author who wrote it. But I am working on the second book cover, so stay tuned for more information about that in the future. But thank you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.